Do you want to go to the plage with me? I'm going down, down, down there 4 in the morning. Most beautiful girl I have ever seen. Come down, 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 my love is calling.
Crazy!
This is so not me. So I hope that some of this comes across.
Dylan served a mission in Burbank, California, which is where I'm from.
All right, the first time that I met Tauri, I was on my mission in California. I was serving in Burbank.
I always say that like the first time we met was at this other family's house, the Paynes.
And I'd already seen her. So I was like, oh my gosh, she's coming over.
And he was there, and they were having dinner, and he gave the dinner prayer, and I was just like, ooh, he's got a cute voice.
And my companion the whole time was just kind of nudging me under the table, and he knew that I thought she was cute. The family member there, he kind of could tell, and he's like, well, why don't you guys practice your song and sing for us? And she blushed, and it was just cute, so.
And then we sang for them. We sang like the song that we'd be singing, and he's like, ooh, she's got a pretty voice. So... So on the mission, he was a missionary, so obviously, nothing could come of it then. But right before he went home, we went to his like farewell testimony meeting thing, my family and I.
So I wrote her a note because I wanted her to know that I thought she was special, but at the same time I didn't know how I could tell her. And I gave her a note, and her parents were kind of like, what is this?
And so I ran into the bathroom at the church house and I read it all fast because I was like really excited he was going to be like, I love you so much. We're going to get married someday. I read the letter and it was like, thanks for your friendship. I had a great time getting to know you. And I was like, so we kept in contact through Facebook over the years, but like nothing major. I live in California, he lived in Utah, but like we'd send happy birthdays every once in a while. And
then she texted me about a week after I think it was my 25th birthday.
Then we started talking every day from then on out, and it was just like, the time is finally here,
As soon as she smiles, she hates smiling with her teeth, but she does, and it's her dimples and just everything, it's beautiful.
But I love his eyes, I love his freckles, I love his super dark hair. Like, these are all things that I always wanted for myself. Like, I'm a little jealous of him. He's just like covered. I'm like, give me half.
When she smiles, she doesn't realize she's pretty, but she's beautiful when she does.
But he's so hot, and I hope our babies look just like him.
Well, the longer that we dated, we both realized that we were going to get married.
So we started looking for like houses or townhouses or something that we'd want to live in someday.
And my cousin builds houses, and it's like, well, if you guys are interested, I have this lot.
And we were just standing in front of the lot, and we just fell in love with it, and we were like, this could be like where our house is,
My sister actually called and had this great plan. Get these plans for the house, and I tell her that I got the plans for my cousin.
So we drove out to the lot one day, and I got out of the car, and he handed me a set of like house plans. And he's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, the builder dropped these off today.
And I wrote on the plans just some cute things that happened in our history.
So I start unrolling them, and I can see that he's written some like message on pages. Our story began 6 years ago. Flip the page. Though distance took us apart, time brought us back together. Flip the page. Now standing where our future house will be. Let's continue the story. I know.
As she flipped through, eventually I got down on my knee and gave her flowers.
And this super precious, like shaky voice. T, because he calls me T. Will you marry me? And so I start crying, and he's crying, and I've got this gorgeous ring on my finger, and we're looking at like this empty lot, and it was just like so special. And now Now there's a house on it.
The black sky streaking, and it was so cold, it was so cold. You held my hand, you said you loved me. I felt
It's exactly how I thought it would be. And so marrying her and being able to spend the rest of my life with her, of course I'm excited for it and I'm thrilled.
But I feel like the luckiest girl in the world. He's my Prince Charming. It's so cliche, but it's so true. And like, I never knew this is what it was supposed to feel like, you know? This is what it's supposed to be like. It's perfect and it's magical and
I just love her so much. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for her. I'm just so excited that we're actually getting married and that it's worked out this way. It's perfect.
and I love him so much. He's everything I could have ever imagined in a husband and a best friend. He's everything.